Welcome to another episode of Craft Corner. Today's craft is something that I think a lot of people are going to enjoy. We're going to make homemade hair edge control. Now, edge control, when you see it in the stores, a lot of them have the secret ingredient, beeswax. So it's really simple, and I thought, why not make my own edge control and stop spending money buying edge control? Very few ingredients as always. You need a little vitamin E that helps with your hair, a little castor oil, the beeswax, of course, and some more shea butter. While I'm making this, because I know rosemary is very good for your hair, it only takes a few minutes, but I'm still going to steep a few sprigs of rosemary in there while I'm making this, just to get a few extra essential oils in there if possible. So with that being said, we're going to start by measuring out our ingredients. Then I'll heat them up. You don't add the castor oil or the vitamin E until after you've heated up the shea butter and the beeswax. So let me go ahead and get the shea butter and beeswax together. Then we'll melt them. Then we'll come back and add the essential oils, mix it all together to make sure it's thoroughly mixed. And then we'll just pour it in a container and let it set up. So with that being said, I'll be back in a sec and let's get things started. Okay, so we're going to add the shea butter. I have my rosemary already in there. Get all the shea butter out of this measuring cup. Then we're going to add some beeswax pellets. We need 3.5 tablespoons of the pellets in order to get that thick edge control. So now that I have that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to melt this in the microwave. Start it off in 30-second intervals, and just until it's combined and totally melted. Then when I come back, I'm going to go ahead and stir in my 2 oils before I remove my rosemary. Then I'm going to pour it in my container and let it set up, and then we should have the most stable edge control. Once you started making it, you won't go back. So I'll be back after I go ahead and heat up and melt this down to add the other ingredients. So be back in a minute. Okay, I've heated up my oil, as you can see, the beeswax and the shea butter, I should say. Now we're going to add 2 tablespoons of castor oil. Should just took the top off. That's 1. That's 2. And we're going to add just a few droplets of vitamin E in here. I'll say 1 syringe full. I'm going to stir this around. It's starting to get hard already, so I need to go ahead and pull my rosemary out. Get that out. So hopefully the rosemary did have some benefits. We're going to stir this around. It's starting to get thick. We're going to go ahead, pour it into our container. Then I'm going to let it cool, and I'll come back and show you the results of our homemade edge control gel. So I'll see you as soon as this is hardened up to show you the results. Here's my finished product. This is my edge control balm, homemade edge control balm. It has a nice texture to it, nice and thick. I think it's going to be my go-to from now on. I don't believe that I will be purchasing anything else. And the beauty thing about this is I know what's in here. There's no harmful ingredients in here. These were all simple, easy healthy ingredients, shea butter. I put a little rosemary, vitamin E oil in it. Just a lot of things that will be helpful to your hair. So this is a keeper as far as I'm concerned. Maybe you want to try an experiment. If you want it just a little bit thicker, add maybe another tablespoon or two of beeswax. But so far, I'm going to be content with what I have. Maybe the next batch where I added 3 tablespoons of beeswax. Maybe I'll add 4 tablespoons, but either way it goes, from here on out, this will be my new edge control balm for my hair instead of the store-bought brands. So hopefully you'll give it a try and let me know what you think. So thank you for stopping by and watching Crafter's Corner, and I hope to see you soon in my new video. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.